Hi there, lovebug, or my friends, or whoever you are. Thank you so much for showing up for this chair sequence. So I am 37 weeks pregnant. I have a very big baby in here, and I was about to do a chair sequence, and I was like, maybe I'll just go ahead and film it. You don't have to be pregnant to do this. Chair yoga is excellent. A lot of these actually are standing, so we're not actually going to be sitting for hardly any of these. So it's a really wonderful place to get started, whether you're pregnant or not, but more so if you're pregnant, because I'm going to kind of go over why this pose is good for a healthy birth, etc. But you don't have to be pregnant in order to hang out right now. So a couple things that would help is obviously a chair. I don't have a chair that's optimal except for a rocking chair, which probably isn't a good idea. So I'm actually using my coffee table. You can see it right here. It's pretty low. So I'm just gonna work with what I have, and I encourage you to do the same. I also have, I do have 2 blocks. I'm not gonna need to use the 2 blocks, I don't believe, but I do have them just in case. Hey, if you don't have blocks, that's okay. Grab a pillow. You can grab your couch cushion, grab the pillow that you sleep with at night, get a blanket maybe and fold it up. That's totally your choice. So go ahead and pause and grab that now. You could also, if you happen to have a bolster, go ahead and grab that. It's going to be nice for at the end when we lay with our legs up on our chair or our coffee table or wherever. So I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. Let's go ahead and get started and stretch and breathe together. Okay, so first things first, we are going to do, okay, so we're going to start with downward facing dog. That can be kind of difficult being pregnant because you're putting a lot of pressure on the wrist. So this is a really lovely modification for somebody who maybe is expecting. So go ahead and get your chair. You might have your hands on the back of your chair, or if you're a little bit lower here, go ahead and just walk your feet out. You're just going to step your feet back until your legs and torso are 90 degrees. You can have your feet hip distance or a little bit wider if you do happen to be expecting. 1 second. Okay, that's a little better. Had to close my blinds there. Okay, so yeah, so having your legs back, 90-degree angle with the hips and torso, arms out ahead of you. And it might feel good for you to kind of take your hips side to side. What that's going to do is lengthen the sides of the body, creating space, especially if you are pregnant. That's just helpful to do. It facilitates deep breathing, so almost imagining your breath filling up your back. Taking great big inhales here, great big exhales. This is stretching the backs of our legs, which can get tight, especially during pregnancy. Again, you can be kind of swaying those hips back and forth, or you can totally find stillness. Finding a slight little bend in the knees is going to feel really nice. This is also releasing pelvic pressure, and it's just lengthening the spine. So we're going to go ahead here and take 3 more full rounds of breath. Really invite that breath in, really let it fill you up. Excellent. Moving on. Go ahead and slowly walk those feet up just like we would in regular downward facing dog. Slowly standing up. Let's go ahead and move to chair pose. Okay. All right, so yep, you can see everything. Okay, so you are wanting your feet to be about a foot away from your chair, coffee table, whatever it is that you're using to kind of support you. And we're just going to slowly, you can widen out those feet, especially if you are with baby and you're kind of bigger right now. It's okay, it's a beautiful thing. But we're just a little bit bigger. We need to just widen out our legs. So my legs are very wide right now just to leave space for my belly. And we're just gonna hover here right above the chair. And hey, if you need to go ahead and take a little break, then do that. What we're doing is really just holding those hips 1 inch above the coffee table or the chair. We're gonna hold this for 10 rounds of breath. So this is an excellent pose for stability, which is extremely important to maintain throughout pregnancy. It's also good for pelvic pain. This is my 3rd. So right now, my greatest source of pain is coming in from my pelvis. It just doesn't have the strength that it did with my first pregnancy. So this is actually really great for that. Go ahead and take 3 more full rounds of breath, just really allowing yourself to breathe here. Go ahead and slowly straighten out those legs. Ouch. Breathing, maybe shaking that out. Good job. Excellent. Beautiful work. Our bodies are beautiful. So just to allow them to move and just do some nice slow movement, even when your body is just going through such a huge change. It's just such a self-love act, and it's so worth doing. So again, thank you so much for being here, for showing up for yourself. Let's go ahead and do the next one. So this is one where you might want to use a prop. So actually I'm going to pause, and I'm going to grab my blanket because I forgot to. So I'm just going to pause and go ahead and grab your block or your bolster or whatever it is that you're going to use to support you here. So again, nothing fancy. This is literally the blanket that I was given when I was pregnant with my son almost 5 years ago. So you don't need anything new. You don't need any special supplies. Just use whatever you have. So what you're going to do, so you've got your blanket, okay, or your towel. Here, let me kind of show you what I got here. Just so you can kind of see. Okay, so I have my, So I have my blanket folded up, and then I have my block sitting right on top of it. so here's what we're gonna do, okay? So you've got your heels on your little blanket. You've got your block or your bolster or whatever it is that you're using, maybe your pillow. So we're gonna stand with our feet a few inches wider than the hips. Blanket is underneath our heels, okay? Go ahead and hold on to the back of your chair or the coffee table or whatever surface you're using, and slowly squatting down. I'm gonna scoot this back a little bit. You can hold on here. Gosh, so let me tell you what these squats are so good for. Okay, so they are amazing for practicing optimal birth. So especially if this is your first and you still have a chance to do vaginal birth, and you're really trying to get your baby in the optimal position, do squats, especially supported ones like this where you're kind of sitting on something and you're able to hold it for longer. Your toes might be kind of out in a diagonal position. So this is wonderful to get the baby where it kind of needs to be. It really opens up the pelvic muscles, gets you ready to go. This also helps to release the back muscles and your pelvic floor muscles. So this is doing all kinds of good things for you. So we are just going to breathe here. You're doing excellent. We're just gonna enjoy this. If you don't feel like you need to hold on, if you feel like you have the balance, go ahead and you can bring your hands to prayer. You can send your hands down if that feels good for you. Just enjoying the opening up. And let's go ahead and take 5 more rounds of breath. Really allowing your body to take in that breath. Allowing yourself to connect with your body. This is a beautiful thing that you're doing for yourself. One more full round of breath. Excellent. Let's move on to the next. Go ahead, you can grab onto your surface, slowly coming to stand up, maybe bringing your feet in closer together, coming to stand. I'm going to move my camera and I'll see you in the next pose. Okay, so if you've ever been to one of my classes before, you know that Pigeon is absolutely my jam. I love it. I was getting down on the floor and everything. I genuinely don't know if that's in my practice right now, so I'm so happy to share with you and to share with myself a Pigeon variation in a chair or on a coffee table. So let's do it. So go ahead and sit that beautiful bottom down. Go ahead and just take a load off, okay? So here's what we're gonna do. We've got our feet firmly planted on the ground. If your feet feel kind of far away from you, if your chair is up a little bit higher, feel free to grab your bolster, grab your block, set your feet up on them. That's totally up to you. So pause the video, go do that now. And go ahead and bring your right foot up to your left knee, okay? So we are in Pigeon variation, okay? We've got our thigh working. We're opening up in the hips here. We might stay right here. Just let the body do what the body does. You don't have to go deep into anything here, especially if you are super pregnant and just wanting to do something. Stay here, baby. Just go ahead and just chill out here. If you want something more, something deeper, you can. Again, I'm speaking to the pregnant people here. Allow that belly to go between that little triangle here that's formed. You might allow yourself to lower down, come back up. Oh my goodness. Wow, that feels so amazing. I don't know about you, but it feels so good for me. And just breathe, baby. Just go ahead and breathe. Enjoy this. Take your time here. You can, again, you can sit still here. You can put your hands on your belly, on your baby in there. You can just close your eyes and breathe. You can be really active here and just kind of going back and forth, hinging back and forth. I'm gonna give you 3 more full rounds of breath to do whatever it is that you're doing here. What this is doing is opening up the hips. It's just kind of taking that pressure off where the hips sometimes will get tight in pregnancy. Just take 1 more full round of breath here. You're doing amazing. Excellent. Let's do the other side. I kind of got carried away there, so I don't know how long that lasted just now. But we're just going to try to kind of even it out here. So go ahead and bring that left ankle to the right knee. Go ahead and give yourself a little rub if that's your thing. Thank yourself for showing up. Whatever it is you want to do here. You might do the hinging. You might stay still right here. You might really allow yourself to connect with your baby. Whatever it is that you're doing, we're breathing. We are just really allowing that breath to move in and out. That is the most important thing. Go ahead and take 3 more full rounds of breath, enjoying wherever it is that you're at. Excellent. And go ahead and slowly allow that leg to release back down. Take your time. Like you're moving through water. Just allow yourself to take your time. Give yourself a little rub. Maybe sending kind of the knees left to right. Just kind of allowing yourself to windshield wiper those knees. You don't have to. It just might feel good for you here. And let's move on to the next pose. Okay, so you might need help here. I don't have any help here right now, so I'm just gonna kind of go ahead and try to do this on my own. But we're gonna do legs up the chair, legs up the coffee table variation. This is so good if you're experiencing lots of swelling. I sure am. I will not lie to you. I am so swollen everywhere. You might be able to tell, but If you're so sweet, you might not have noticed, but it's okay if you did. Okay, so we are going to, I'm gonna move the camera. Go ahead and get your props. This might be where the bolster really comes in handy. I'm gonna lay my pelvis on top of that. So let's go ahead and try. Here's how I'm gonna get into this, okay? I'm gonna let my head lay on this. And I am going to very slowly, I'm gonna come down to my side. Ooh. And I'm going to shift. Oh my gosh, that feels so good. Wow. And that's kind of what I did. I hope that that helped a little bit. So allow yourself to come to fetal and then lift those legs up. We're really allowing, oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, it feels so good. So go ahead and bring your hips on top of your pillow. Again, it does not have to be a yoga bolster. That does not matter in the slightest. And especially if you're as pregnant as me, this might not feel so great for so long. So I'm probably not gonna hold this for too long. You listen to your body. If you're not pregnant, babe, stay here for 10 minutes. Stay here for 15, stay here for 20. Let everything just seep into the body. This is the most important pose that you can do after doing lots of different poses and things like that. Just allow yourself to lay. Let the practice seep in. Let yourself just fully immerse yourself in your relaxation before getting up and going and doing anything else. Just let yourself splay out. Let yourself just seep into the ground. I invite you, I encourage you to pause the video if you're so comfy here. Set your timer for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or just allow yourself to lay as long as feels good for you. Thank you so much for showing up. I hope that you got something from this. If you did, I hope that you return to it. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you next time. Take the best care.